Hello again, everybody. I'm Chris. I'm all set to count down the 40 hottest country songs in the nation based on radio airplay reported to media base 24/7 for the week of April 8th, 2023. I have one debut on the chart this week. Before I get started, here's a look back at last week's top three. At number 3 was Heart Like a Truck by Lainey Wilson. Number 2 was Rockin' a Hard Place by Bailey Zimmerman. And the number 1 song last week was What He Didn't Do, the fourth number 1 hit for Carly Pearce. Now, can Carly stay on top for a second week? We'll find out 39 hits from now. First, we get started with a brand new song by Chris Janson. It's been nearly 2 years since his last top 40 hit by Mom. Here's Chris with his 10th top 40 hit called All I Need Is You. And with that one debut, one song drops off this week, and that's Note to Self by Randy Houser. Alright, in her third week in the countdown, she's up a notch to 39. Kelsea Ballerini with If You Go Down. At number 38 again this week, here's Elle King and Dierks Bentley and Worth a Shot. Holding steady at number 37, here's Colby Cooper with Excuses. Leaping 3 to number 36 in its fifth week in the countdown, here's Chris Young with Looking for You. Holding steady at number 35 is Dylan Scott with Can't Have Mine. In just his second week in the countdown, he's up 2 spots to number 34, Tim McGraw with Standing Room Only. Dropping back 1 to number 33, it's Jelly Roll with Need a Favor. In his 8th week in the countdown, he climbs 1 to number 32, Cole Swindell with Drink a Bye. And slipping back a spot to number 31, Thomas Rhett with Angels. In their 10th week in the countdown, they move up 1 to number 30, Justin Moore and Priscilla Block with You, Me, and Whiskey. At number 29, moving up 5 spots this week, the week's biggest mover, here's Jordan Davis with Next Thing You Know. Up a notch to number 28, here's Jon Pardi with Your Heart or Mine. Falling back 3 spots to 27, here's Zach Bryan with Something in the Orange. Holding steady at number 26, here's Hailey Whitters and Everything She Ain't. Dropping back 3 spots from 22 to 25, here's Carrie Underwood with Hate My Heart. And his 24th week in the countdown, he's up 4 spots to 24. It's Dylan Carmichael with Son of a. At number 23, holding position this week, here's Parmalee with Girl in Mine. Leaping 3 to number 22, Morgan Wallen with one of 3 hits on this week's chart called Last Night. Slipping spot to number 21 is Joe Nichols with Good Day for Living. In their 11th week in the countdown, they move up 1 to number 20, Old Dominion and Memory Lane. For the 4th week in a row, at number 19, it's Shane Prophet with How It Ought to Be. At number 18 for a second week, it's Morgan Wallen with One Thing at a Time. And holding steady at number 17, Megan Moroney with Tennessee Orange. Slipping a spot to number 16, Keith Urban with Brown Eyes Baby. The 15th ranked country hit this week, moving up 1, Sam Hunt with Water Under the Bridge. Well, from number 1 last week, she tumbles to 14, it's Carly Pearce and What He Didn't Do. Up a notch this week to number 13, Scotty McCreery and It Matters to Her. Up a notch to number 12, Cody Johnson with Human. And standing pat for another week at number 11, it's Dan and Shay with You. Alright, the first of the 10 biggest hits belongs to Tyler Hubbard. He moves up 2 spots and becomes his second top 10 solo hit. You're dancing in the country. In his 50th week on the chart, he's still climbing this week, up 1 to number 9, Brett Young with You Didn't. Falling 4 spots to number 8, the recent number 1 hit by Luke Combs called Going, Going, Gone. And dropping 2 spots down to number 7, Morgan Wallen's recent number 1 hit called Thought You Should Know. Up a couple to number 6 for the week, Corey Kent with Wild as Her. Up 4 spots to number 5, Dierks Bentley with Gold. Up a couple to number 4 for the week, it's Hardy and Lainey Wilson with Wait in the Truck. Leaping 4 spots from 7 to number 3, it's Parker McCollum with Handle on You. The number 2 song for the 4th consecutive week belongs to Bailey Zimmerman with Rock in a Hard Place. And leaping Bailey into the number 1 spot from number 3 last week, the song took only 42 weeks to get here, and this becomes her 3rd number 1 hit. It's Lainey Wilson with Heart Like a Truck. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris.